Welcome back to the Real Triathlon Podcast. This is Garrick Lowen.
Jarius lower in this. Yeah, you did a good job.
Did I do it all right? Okay, so
Yeah, we're proud of you.
here we are. Nixon not here. I'm in here. And Challenge ROTH coming up. It's a big story.
Challenge ROTH coming up. It's another year for another big day. And I'm excited to say that it's just different. I mean, the swim is already real warm. They're going to probably not have wetsuits for the first time ever because even
Really?
right now it's like 38 degrees here. It's so hot. But it's supposed to drop to 26 or 28. So it'll be all right. No problem. We're going to survive. And then the bike course, I haven't ridden this course without rain all over me at all times. So it'll be nice to have real speed with me. And then on the new Ventum, it'd be nice to have a standard versus last year's bike. So it's going to be good, man. I think Garrick being here, it's awesome. I know my Wi-Fi is not the greatest and his sounds like it's worse. So sounds like we can't get him on here today. But I did see him today. He is here. He's in good spirits. I asked him about his Achilles, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I don't even think about it. What Achilles?" So hopefully it's feeling all right.
I'm just checking the old. Do they have a start list still on the PTO stuff, or no? Do I have to go to Challenge ROTH?
No, what I would do, go to Thorsten's because Thorsten just put out a good try rating for the whole men's and women's field. It's not as I don't think this field is, I guess, historically as sharp. I guess the only reason I say that is because Magnus isn't here and Patrick Lange isn't here.
Frankfurt was insane this past
Yeah.
couple days ago. So
Got a lot of guys fell out of Frankfurt though. I mean, that could have had good days too. So
yeah, I mean, maybe we should chat about Frankfurt. That's been the big. This goes out after Challenge ROTH or before?
This will probably come out hopefully in the next couple of days.
Well, hopefully. Well, we'll see if we can pull some strings. But anyways, I didn't get to watch Frankfurt because it was
time zone
timing and stuff. But just the drama that happened in that race seemed pretty crazy and wild, and the big conversations about the penalties and stuff. But it seems like this year, for whatever reason, that's the one Ironman that everyone decided to do who's doing the Pro Series, especially the Euros. It was so competitive, and it's tough to back that up. You've still got, like you said, Cam Wurf, and was it Jonas Schomburg who's also going to do?
Yeah,
ROTH?
Schomburg had a cockpit issue, so he's coming here.
Yeah, so
I didn't know Cam Wurf was here.
I think he's doing it. Yeah, I heard he's doing it.
Oh shit! I don't know if he was on Thorsten's try rating.
Well, let's see what we have here.
Sam Laidlow, Jan Stratman, Tom Bishop, Joe Skipper, bunch of other
strength
names.
of field is 22% of a typical Kona field. Laidlow, Backegaard, Jan Stratman, Jonas Schomburg, Joe Skipper, Tom Bishop, Jack Moody, Bart Arno, Matt Hansen, Matthias Peterson. That's who Thorsten's got for his top 10.
Yeah. The women, Laura Phillips here.
Where's the women's list?
It should be swiped
Laura
right.
Phillip, Nikki Bart. He's expecting Laura Phillip to win by 24 minutes.
What? Nikki's pretty good.
Yeah, Laura Phillip though.
Yeah, she
Laura
Phillip,
Nikki
some
Bartlett,
crazy stuff at
Justine
Hamburg.
Mathieu, Merle Brune, Alana Siffert, Laura Siddall, Jana Uderstadt.
Grace Thick's also doing her debut. Fred Funk's doing his debut.
Excuse me.
Bless her.
So she won't be on the ratings then because she hasn't done a full. Yep. So female is 15% of a typical Kona field. So yeah, not as stacked as I would have thought. And
Vincent Louis is also here apparently, and Henry Schumann.
Ooh, he's got Garrick Lowen going 8:28.
Nice.
Nicholas Chase 8:36.
Well, it's only because I walked a lot last year and went 8:30 something. So
and
I
you
think
haven't done a lot of fulls as much. Garrick's been consistently doing decent fulls. Really, he's been running 3-hour lows. So
Yeah, we're gonna have a good day for sure. I looked at what it's gonna take to go sub 8, and it's gonna be a big hefty day.
oh, there's also Fred Funk, Vincent Louis, Henry Schumann, Aaron Royal. These are all guys who haven't done fulls.
Yeah,
So big names down there. So yeah, interesting though. Yeah, I kind of heard this race described as the race for all the people who haven't really had a good day yet um, this year. So Daniel Backegaard's on the list, and he did race last weekend, but he DNF'd.
yeah, he pulled out. Well, yeah, and the fact that let's talk about Magnus and the rules real fast because I, you know, if we're following the rules like we should, then I guess he probably got, I don't know if it should have been a DQ first off. It should have just been a time penalty for littering outside the
Well,
zone by like
that's
one
what
step.
that's what it like. That's what it was. So
Yeah, and then he
so it
didn't
was
show
a
him the
time
card.
penalty. Like they showed him a card, and
You
it's
sure they showed him a card? I don't think they did. He just verbally said it. I saw the
well, he
video.
knew he had a he knew he got a yellow card. Then he said he's not taking the penalty. Essentially, like he's not doing it. Like he was just refusing. I guess
Yeah.
it sounded like, and then he got a red card, and then he's like, "You can't disqualify me," and then he just kept going, and then they ended up taking it back. So I don't know.
They
That's
said
what it
they
looked
took it
like to
back
me.
because they didn't show him a card physically also.
Oh, the first one. So the procedure wasn't followed correctly because he never did show him a yellow card. He just said he's got to stop.
Yeah, he blew the whistle, said it to him, and that was it. And then he was like, "What? Bro, you're riding right behind me. You saw me throw it off by like 2 steps." Like this kind of stuff happens in basketball and stuff pretty often to where a ref makes a call and it's just bullshit, but it sticks. And that's sometimes the way sports are.
Well, yeah. So there's a couple things going on there. For one thing, the that wasn't even the first penalty that was called. There was one called on Christian Hogenhaug for outside assistance because a guy who's not even his coach, he's just a guy who knows him, took like 5 steps sort of beside him as he gave him a split, and then the ref decided to give him a penalty. So that's crazy for one thing. That's really
Yeah.
crazy because then you could just go out and give all your, like, if you're coaching an athlete, you can just go out and get penalties for all the other athletes. It's so that's ridiculous. Like the refs need to. I think what you get is you get the odd ref who's like they they see an opportunity and get excited about making some big thing about them, right? They're like, "Oh, I'm going to be the one to make this call," and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, what a good call." And they just get to like they get so excited that they get to actually do something instead of just watching and not calling anything. And then they don't stop for a second to think about, is this actually a penalty I should be giving? Like technically you could be giving it, but does it make any sense? So you had that. You had then the Magnus penalty was like, it was weird. Like maybe the litter zone was technically over, but like it's not like he was running with it forever. He took the ice, took like 5 seconds to try to put it in the thing. And then there was some other tents. Like there was a continuation of tents after the aid station that looked like it would all just be part of what would be considered the aid station. So it wasn't that clear. Maybe there was a sign that we couldn't see in the camera angle that said end litter zone or something, but it like
There usually is. I'm sure there was that.
there probably was. So it's just kind of weird. Like I don't know. It went from him talking to him getting a red card like extremely quickly, and like I don't know. It just seems like there's the odd ref out there who tries to make the whole day about them and tries to jump in and do something where they don't need to. And you always have a lot of like, and you also had some like swim skin penalties, but you didn't have any drafting penalties. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
I,
seems like things being called in Frankfurt. Like last year, there was a bunch of people who got called for not taking their swim skin off before exiting the change tent,
or in their
which was weird.
numbers too.
What was it?
And like not putting your numbers on or in some sequence. Like there was definitely a lot of hogwash at Frankfurt. You were there.
Yeah, I don't remember the numbers thing, but I do remember people like taking their swim skin off as they're running with it, which everybody does, and um, then they just didn't. I think it was the swim skin. Yeah, or either that or it might have been the helmet. Like it might have been like, oh, they didn't have their helmets on when they exited the change tent, but you didn't have your bike yet. So
No, I
like,
think it was they didn't have their numbers clipped when they ran out of the
oh
change
right, it
tent.
was their number belts. Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't have their number belts on yet, even though they hadn't even got to the bikes yet. Just a bunch of these weird things that like aren't really rules, and they just decide to try to enforce them. Um,
Yeah.
so anyway, a lot of you know, weirdness going on there. Iron Man just needs to, and like there's a lot of other podcasts talked about this. Iron Man needs to just like get way more clear about what the rules are, what the penalties are, and don't have any of this like, oh, the ref can call it or not call it, and like it's just so weird. It's like
Well,
like the center line rule. It's like it could be no penalty or a yellow card or a red card or maybe even a blue card. So
yeah.
I think
The,
a big
the,
issue comes from it being so obsessively like, oh, we have to have the exact same rules for age groupers and pros no matter what. And like, same with the drafting rules, same with everything. They're like, oh, we have to make these rules applicable for everyone. And it's really unprofessional. Like, the professionals should have different rules. Like, why do they have to be the same? Does that really do anyone any favors? Like, you
no.
obviously need a different set of rules when you have 50 people competing for millions of dollars versus age groupers. Like there's thousands of them, and it needs to just be a little easier to implement the rules in a different way.
I agree. I think I'm all about rules just being standardized and having confidence behind the explanation and understanding of every rule. Like that one center line thing that Lionel got was the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life in Finland at Worlds, whatever, 2 years ago. I thought that was just the biggest slap in the face for pro athletes. Like, you never told us this, and then all of a sudden you're just making this stuff up last minute, and then we're supposed to abide by it. Like, that is, I think, uncalled for, and that's where they got to stop for sure.
Well,
If
and
it's
that one
not,
was ridiculous because it was I was there. Like I was in the same group as Lionel. Like I might have even been I was like two guys behind him or something. Like I could see him, and everyone was crossing the center line. Everyone was taking the apex on those roads. They're like pretty narrow roads. The whole road was closed. There was no cars coming the other way, and everyone was just hugging the whichever side made the line the shortest. And if anything, Lionel was doing it less, and he just did it because he was passing someone, and it looked like we had the full road. It looked like it was just like a one lane, one way road, and like they didn't go over in the pre meeting, none of that, and then the ref just like gives him a red card. It's like it
man,
was so weird.
I mean, we're supposed to be just setting these rules up to ensure fair and honest competition. That's it.
Yeah.
So as long as that's why the ice cup thing doesn't make sense. Like Magnus was set to have, he was in second place, man. Like you just kind of ruined his whole race just because you were a little bit on the power trip. And I don't know, like you could have called it, but I wouldn't have had a problem if you didn't, honestly.
Well, like I don't know. It's just
Wait,
weird, and then how like they
that
just take it
also
back.
that thing about get well. Remember, even at whatever other race, like Daniel Backergaard got his penalty reversed after he finished from Jimmy Riccatello, and then all of a sudden, some referees will say like, "I'll give you a warning if you're riding too close, but I'll just give you one warning." It's like I didn't get a warning when I got my first ever drafting penalty. No one ever came up and said, "Hey, don't make sure you don't do that." It's just that needs to be very direct and part of the rules we all know. Like no ref needs to warn ever. It's just their decision.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be clear. Like they shouldn't be able to just decide if they want to give a warning or not,
Yeah.
unless it's like, unless you didn't actually break the rule and you were close to breaking the rule, and they're like, just so you know, you're really close, and if you did go this much more, then it would have been a penalty or something, because
Yeah.
that's fair because they didn't deserve a call. But if someone blatantly breaks the, like I watched somebody get a penalty once, like at Chattanooga last year. Nicholas Quinet, who was off the front for a long time, and then we caught him on the bike, and then he's like we're all in a group, and we're coming up to a hill, which everybody and their mother knows when you come up to a hill, you're gonna compress. The group's gonna compress, and you have to be careful not to get too close to the person in front of you. Just at the base of that hill when they're slowing down, and he like got right up into the flashing red light and then backed out, and then I saw the official go up and talk to him, and I was like, oh great, he's gonna get a penalty, and then he just didn't. He just was like, oh, try not to do that, I guess. And then that guy almost won the race. He ended up passing out and almost not even finishing when he was like a mile from the end or something like that, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, that could have easily been a penalty, or it's weird that they could be like, you're allowed to give him a warning if you want. Like, I don't think it's one of two. It's either everyone gets one warning or there's no warnings. There shouldn't be any in between. Like, why are we letting it be luck of the draw how that referee's feeling, or if they happen to be a fan of yours and want to give you a warning instead of giving you a penalty?
I'm telling you, you want the refs to leave you the hell alone? Just tell them they've got a flat tire, and they will get the hell out of there real fast.
I don't want a ref to leave me alone. I've never gotten a penalty or a warning. I mean, it's probably going to happen someday because everyone gets unlucky now and again, but I just want the refs always there, call it, and then I want 20-meter draft zones. Freaking, let's just go with it. Let's just do it.
I think I made it 14 years as a pro without getting a drafting penalty.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty okay, I think. I'm not upset about that one. Not a bad ratio. Now I'm going to see if I can get
all the years of 5-minute penalties, and now they're just, what are they, 2 minutes?
Yeah, no, 3, I think. Or it might be 2. I can't remember.
I think it's 2.
It felt like the longest 2 minutes of my life. I can tell you that much. It's annoying.
Yeah, that would suck.
Ask Cam Worth, he knows.
I thought I heard someone say he was doing this freaking challenge ROTH, but he's not on this list, so.
No, he went 9th at Frankfurt and got his knee slot. I think he's good. He's stoked.
Okay. I guess he's not.
There's no way. I don't think even Cam Worth would do back-to-back fulls like that. I mean, who's done that ever successfully? Anyone?
Cam Worth.
Yeah, I guess if there is. Oh, and then also let's talk about the animal running a 2:30. My gosh, Blumenfeld just hates himself so hard. He just has to punish himself with every second he can.
He needed to do it to catch the freaking front. Hogenhaug biked unreal. Seems like there was a little bit of shenanigans going on with the lead vehicle potentially. Like Jonas Schomburg had almost a 3-minute lead on everyone. So he had put a couple minutes into Christian Hogenhaug because he was off the front, and then he had his aero bars fall off, and then he drops out, and then the next guy to take the lead, Christian Hogenhaug, then he gets what ended up being 8 or 9 minutes to start the run.
Yeah, so, maybe there was a little bit of a benefit there.
I heard that he said himself, like, yeah, I felt like there was a big draft when that freaking bike was right beside me. And there was also a car in front that wasn't that far. It's not like it was 100 meters ahead. It was like probably 50 meters ahead, and it's a car. So that's going to give you some draft. So anyway.
Christian Hogenhaug's an honest dude. He'll tell you.
He's a beast no matter what. Like, maybe that gave him a little bit of an advantage, but he was going to be in the front no matter what happened. He was going to be first off the bike. So he got off the bike with a big lead and ran really well. Ran 2:38 with a 1-minute penalty that was bullshit that he shouldn't have had, because it was some other dude randomly giving him a split. So that sucked for him, but didn't probably end up costing him any positions. Christian ends up catching him 7K or so from the end, 8K.
Yeah.
And running 2:30 high, and then Christian ran a 2:38. Third was Casper Storns, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Heck, that guy's crazy good.
He ran with Christian for a long time and then couldn't hold it. And then Gustav Eden was 4th. So he's actually on his way back. Like, I bet you next race he'll run with Christian. Like, he's close to that. He outran him by like 7.5 minutes or something. So he's on his way back. And I think next time he'll just hang on as long as he can. He's a really smart racer, though. So he knows how to pace himself. Speaking
of a smart racer, how's your racing been going? Or your training for your next race been going?
I'm not racing right now.
Boise.
Good. Yeah, Boise. It's been pretty good. I had a couple of like so days in a row. I think I was just getting used to the training load and just like had a struggle of a run on Sunday, but um, feeling good now. Had a good swim yesterday. That was my first like good swim, I would say. I've really been committed to trying to just improve my technique. Um, so I wasn't really doing a lot of hard swimming because it's so hard when you're trying to like get new habits to actually implement them in really hard swimming. So I took it pretty easy for a couple weeks, and now I'm getting back into some hard. And the first couple workouts, I was like, I'm kind of slow. But now I actually had a decent one yesterday where Cody and I did 6 rounds of broken 200s, and we broke them up by like any choice of our combination of 25s, 50s, and 100s and 75s. So the first round we did 450s, second round we did 2 100s, and then after that we did like kind of a random mix of 75s, 50s, 25s, and it was good. Like we did it all on like a 2 minute per 100 base. So like if we did a 50, we did it on a minute. If we did 100, we did it on 2 minutes. And yeah, I mean all the hundreds we were like 107, the 50s were like 32, and then the 75s were 50 seconds, and the 25s were 15 seconds. So we were moving. Like I was actually keeping up, which I haven't really been able to do swimming with Cody for a while. So I was at least back in a ballpark of something decent, and now I've just got to like keep doing what I'm doing and not trying to like smash out crazy threshold every swim, and actually do something I can sustain good form and then build up the actual intensity duration from there. So
That's great.
it's coming along. We'll see. I mean, it's got a long way to go. But today the swim was a freaking disaster. It was an easy swim. It's back to freaking summer camp time here in Guelph, and there's the 50-meter pool, which usually is open from 11 to 2, and today it was only noon to 1:45, and then they closed half of it for kids camp. So there's 3 50-meter lanes with 20 people total. So, and like some of the people are going like 2 minute per 100, like not moving that slow. But then there's a dude in our lane doing like 3.5 minutes per 100. It's like, how do you manage that?
You don't. You have to just swim over them.
Yeah, it was tough, but
Well, at least it was an easy swim.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I was just taking my time and doing easy drills and stuff.
Jeez. So the pools here are pretty damn good. They're all stainless steel, outdoor, like 5 lanes. And then me and Garrick started ripping pretty good, and I mean just moving quickly in our lane, and all the breaststrokers just quickly got the hell out of there. So that was like Germans and pools. It's been a great experience for people that just kind of give you some respect, because there's like 1,000 kids at this pool also, but they've got their own area.
Mm,
Well,
nice.
Garrick's gonna yell if you keep moving around with your mic, by the way.
My mic?
Yeah, you keep
Oh,
kind of like moving around over there and
well,
leaning
he's
back. And
probably too bored anyways. He needs time to edit all the sound.
yeah, it is.
So-
Taper week is boring.
yeah, but he's got his wife there, so they're probably like doing tours and hanging
No, no,
out.
no. They went to Nuremberg today, and so they went to Nuremberg, and it's like so hot, and Garrick just was able to come hang out with me and do a swim, and then we got some pizza afterwards.
Okay, nice.
Hey,
But
should we
he's
do
not on the
pass or smash?
podcast
Should we do pass
because
or smash in their
well,
honor?
let's we will, but let's do quick here. Let's do a preview of Roth because we haven't really done that.
Oh yeah, preview.
So we don't think it's going to be it's not as competitive as it has been in the past, but you've got Sam Laidlow. That's interesting. He hasn't done any race this year, has he? He had that like
He's been
mystery illness.
Yeah, he hasn't put his name on it. Like he was pulled out of South Africa, and he pulled out of a couple more. So I don't know what's up with old Laid. He's laying low. Sam laying
Yeah.
low.
I watched a couple of his YouTubes. He had some like mystery illness thing, like fatigue issue going on, where he trained for a few days, and then all of a sudden he was just like destroyed and couldn't do anything. And
Uh,
I don't know, I actually don't know what that was, but he seems to have it solved now. So he's been training decent, but I definitely don't think he's in like his best shape ever, which is interesting. Back a guard, he did
Hamburg, yeah.
he did Frankfurt last week, but he didn't run much.
Oh,
So, and he was having a really good race, but then I guess he had some GI issues. Like he just stopped absorbing stuff. So, if he's got that solved, and if he's got his fatigue taken care of, he could be a big threat. Jan Stratman, Jonas Schomburg, same thing. He was crushing it off the front. So I bet you he'll be off the front for a bit. Schomburg,
yeah.
maybe Laidlaw maybe he'll be with Laidlaw. Hard to say. So Joe Skipper, our good buddy,
I'm training with him tomorrow.
he's gonna be good. Like he's had a couple of tough years, just like up and down and not performing like he's capable of, even though his training went well. And I talked to him on the phone last week, and I was like, "Look, man, maybe you just haven't been loading the carbs enough the day before. Just eat 1,000 grams of carbs." And he was like, "All right, mate, I'll give that a shot. I bet that'll work." And so I bet you he will. I bet you he
I'm
will.
gonna tell him
And
you
I bet
said
it'll
that
work.
tomorrow. Oh
No,
yeah.
seriously.
So he
Like
reaches out
sometimes,
to me.
sometimes.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
he reached out to you?
Well, yeah, we're gonna train together tomorrow. He texted me. He's like, "Hey mate, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ride from kilometer 30 to kilometer 70, cut through Hipperstein. My dad's gonna have the van, and we're gonna run 5K off the bike." I was like, "All right, whatever you say, Joe. You got
That
it
sounds
planned out, and
great.
you're stressing me out, but well, I'll do it."
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good one. Tom Bishop, Jack Moody, Bart Arnault. That guy's still giving her, I guess. Matt Hansen. Geez, that guy's a freaking
He
racing
was,
machine.
wasn't he at Ham or no? Wait, when did he
No,
race last? Texas?
he did Cairns,
Oh yeah,
and he
right.
ran a 2:30 in Cairns.
Oh shit, I
He
didn't
ran
even
into
know that.
fifth, and he actually was kind of like in the race by the end. Like he was less than
How
10
does
minutes off the
anyone?
win.
Wasn't that like a headline piece? I never saw that come across anywhere. That
Well,
Hanson ran
because that other dude
2:30.
had already gone, whatever, 2:26. So old news.
Oh, oh yeah, Puma guy.
Yeah.
Dude, did you know that Puma and Adidas were started by brothers, and then they both started their own shoe company, and they're their biggest competition. You know
That's
that?
crazy.
They're
That
German. I thought Puma. I didn't know Puma was German.
that's crazy. I did not know that.
Fun fact of the day.
Um. Oh, we got Thor Bendix Madsen here. I don't know. Like it's a good list. But then interesting here: Fred Funk, Vincent Louis, Henry Schumann, Aaron Royal. All have never done a full. Fred Funk.
Yeah.
That could be interesting if he's. He was a little off in Vancouver, but he said he was just in real focused for this race, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's real strong. Vincent Louis, Henry Schumann, Aaron Royal, those are three really good swimmers who are probably going to all be together early on in the bike.
Oh yeah.
So they probably, if they haven't done a full and none of them are like really strong bikers. Aaron Royal's been pretty strong, but I think those guys kind of need to stay together and probably not overdo the bike. I think there's going to be someone early like Laidlaw or Schomburg, back a guard, who's going to be really pushing the bike, and I'm wondering if those three would be better off kind of just settling in and just like doing like a consistent pace for the bike and trying to kind of save energy. If they try to go with like a Laidlaw who's on a good day, it could be a blow up, but they'll know what they're doing. I mean, these guys are all freaking veterans. Whereas you have Fred Funk, he could be a weapon on the bike, and maybe he'll try to go with those guys if he can swim with them.
Yeah, it's really like this is a really tough to predict race because there's a lot of mixed variables that like you don't have one strict. I think the one thing is aside from Jonas, like, do we have like a pure bike hammerfest specialist? Like, we don't have a Worth, we don't have a Hogan
Just
Howe.
Laidlaw.
Yeah, just
And
Laidlaw.
Skipper, when he's on, he can
Yeah,
really lay it down.
it's like
So
it's a good. I like this mix of athleticism and everything from this field has brought. It's gonna be fun.
yeah, it should be interesting. What do you think in terms of the swim dynamics? Like, is it a swim that'll split up? Do you think? Is it a tough swim, easy swim?
It's a canal swim, so you can't go real far left or right. It's not, I mean, they give us pretty much the whole start corral, but then you got to funnel them to the right side. I think those young boys, the Royal, Scumin, there's probably like 7 or 8 that are going to get away on that group and probably put like at least 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes into my group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
there's
that's an
some
elite
studs.
group of Schumann, Louis, Royal, um,
Stratman's a good.
Laidlow's really good swimmer. Yeah, isn't Schomburg an unreal swimmer too?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, you probably will have like 5 to 8 that just absolutely crush the swim. Well, let's see if they rank it by swim here. What happens?
I think he
Oh,
has some
Lucas
pretty.
Voigt is there.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's older than me. He's like 42.
So he's there. He's the top ranked swimmer. Then Schomburg. Then this Serbian dude, Ognjen
Ah,
Stajanovic.
good old Oygen.
Then Jan Stratman, Jesper Fensons, Maurice Clavel, Daniel Backegard, Tom Bishop, Sam Laidlow. And that doesn't include the guys who haven't got a swim
No
rank
Royal.
or
That's a
a full rank. So you're right. You could have a group of like even up to 10 that are really, really strong. I mean, Lucas
yeah.
Voigt is so strong, he may get away on his own or take like, according to Thorsten, Schomburg is only a 5 second slower swimmer than Voigt. So maybe those two get away, and that could work out really well for Jonas Schomburg
Dude.
because he's such a good biker too.
I can't imagine being. I mean, I do know Lucas very well, and I can't imagine being that spectacular at swimming, but having no street cred on it. Like no one's talking about you, Lucas, but you got like the best swim I've ever seen for triathlon. It's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
That's ridiculous.
People know though. Like
They're like,
maybe
oh,
not
he's there.
the everyday triathlon fan, but the hardcores know who he is for sure. But yeah, I think you might see him and Schomburg get away, and maybe take that Serbian guy with him who's ranked 3, and then you're gonna have a group with a bunch of dudes after that: Stratman, Svensson, Clavel. But then it'll be interesting to see if Schumann, Louis, or Royal could get away with those front ones too. So yeah, it's gonna be a real strong swim. That'll be interesting how that plays out.
Yeah. Me and
Um,
Garrick are gonna go to. I'm told Garrick. I was like, I'm staying on those feet. Don't you dare swim zigzaggy. Don't you do anything crazy.
you guys are ranked one next to the other on the swim. He's 50.06, you're 50.31, it says.
I should
And
be able to go. Yeah, I think so.
the top ranked is 44.51.
44. Oh my gosh, 6 minutes.
Yeah, more like 5, but those are real fast dudes. I think, yeah,
5 minutes
will
is a
be super
lot.
interesting to see. But the really interesting thing is not too many of those super fast swimmers are the stronger bikers in this race. So you're probably going to have a real strong bike pack with the main contenders in it, like a Laidlow potentially bridging up. But that would be cool to see. On the women's side, you've got. I mean, I can't see a situation where Laura Phillip doesn't win this, and Nikki Bartlett is a clear favorite for second. But they're not the fastest swimmers, so they're,
Oh
probably
yeah,
not going to be out with the lead.
yeah. Laura usually does play catch up on the run.
Yeah, I mean, her bike is expected to be the fastest by 7 minutes, I think.
What are they predicting the women bike?
4:32, 4:39, 4:41.
And the men are predicted to go 4 hours.
Is it that?
Yeah, somebody
You
had 4 hours.
4 hours for Laidlow, 4:08 for Bart Arnault, Joe
That's
Skipper,
insane.
Tom Bishop, 4:09. What do you think? Um, do you think that's like? Do you think I wouldn't be surprised they go faster than that?
I mean, I think they can, but this is not like it's a pretty hilly course. It's
Yeah.
constantly up and down, and it's like a lot of grades that just slow you down enough, man. That's so fast to go on this course, but the roads are just perfect.
So they're nice roads. Do you go through like what you'd expect in Europe, where you've got like random ass villages and
Yeah,
cobblestones and
no
yeah,
cobbles really, but there are some random roundabouts and some hard lefts and rights. So there's some pretty good opportunities to fuck it up.
yeah, interesting. Well, what are your goals for the race there, bud?
I don't know. I just go better than last year and try to get as close to 8 hours as humanly possible for what a guy like me can do. That'd be awesome. I
Yeah.
would love to just I don't know anymore. I just want to feel really engaged and powerful and present and not just be like pity partying because I didn't do something or I'm predicting where I'm gonna like come off the bike or predicting shit that doesn't matter. Like I just want to make sure the definition of this race is just so I can find those places where you go when like everything is just fluid, you're in control, the mind and body are good, you're flowing, and you're not just fucking stressing about anything. I would love for some of those moments to kind of come into this race, and I'd be pretty stoked on that, to be honest, because that means things are going well generally.
So, for that to happen, where are your like? What are you actually going to be focusing on during each part of the race? Like, take me
Yeah,
through the swim bike run.
for the swim, I'll focus for sure on just really easy. I guess easy fast is kind of how I like to say it. Going out where you know it's quick, you're on top of the water, but you're not gonna really worry about killing yourself and having to like really throttle it and then blow up. Um, it's gonna go out fast. There's gonna be guys who blow up, but as long as I can get some good feet, and then normally even if I do swim solo, I can still swim that predicted time on my own. Like whatever, I've done plenty of 48s and 50s at Ironman, so that'd be great just to be able to do that. And if it's not wetsuit legal, hopefully the water's not super grody because I'll my sinuses will be ruined the next day, so that'll suck. On the bike, I think everyone's gonna be real friggin' horny and going out hard and just sitting in and finding a good, solid, strong group to work with would be great. And I hope Garrick's there. That'd be awesome. Um,
So for the
Usually
bike,
the
what have you been
last,
training at? Like for your power goals, like
it's
are you
been
going to follow
weird.
that, or are you going to go by feel?
It's been so weird because I'd say like 3 or 4 weeks ago, before I went to Outer Banks and stuff, like there was a couple rides. I did a um, and a half hour ride, and I went like 100 and no, 4 hours and 20 minutes. I went 101 miles, and I was just kind of cruising around, climbing and riding, almost as like a race effort. It was in Utah, a really windy day, and I was like 280, 270s, 280s. Like it was a really strong day. And then like I haven't been able to really feel that good since, but I know it's there.
Yeah.
Because I'd be climbing well, just in the aero, feeling effortless, seeing a lot of 270s, a lot of low 300s. Like that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but but the
And then when
goal is
you're in
to
a
get to
group,
that
you're always going
last
to have those times where you're on
surges.
like a descent and you're just cruising at like 150 for a couple minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of breaks in a group because you are responding off of everything else, no matter what, and you just don't want to get too close. So you gotta work a lot harder to stay legal and still moving forward pretty quick. So I hope I don't have to do a ton of surges. Sometimes, like this race last year, the last 20, 30 miles of it, I was just in such a bad spot. I was got rained on for 4 hours straight. I was just feeling awful. My legs were gassed,
You don't
and I
like
just
getting rained
I
on?
no, I hated it. Well, it wasn't just the rain, but it was just like the whole way I felt. I just felt super gassed and empty. So I want these last 30 miles, like from after mile 70 or 80, I just really want to kind of still be in the mix and feel like I can still respond and not just be like fucking survival. Because
Yeah.
sometimes those survival moments come, and then you get to the run and you're like, oh, I'm feeling awesome. Like I don't feel any of that fatigue anymore. It's just sometimes a mindset you get into that you got to break.
Okay. So I'll tell you the same thing I told Joe Skipper. You got to freaking hammer the carbs 2 days before the race. Just
I will.
way more than you ever think you ever would want. And then you're fat on race day and you feel great.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna give it a go, mate. Don't worry. Yeah, fucking do it.
Yeah. It'll
I'm
be
gonna eat
good.
a pizza every day.
A pizza like with a side of rice. That's what you need.
All right, I'll do a pizza and a side of rice, basically, but a pizza for sure. Maybe
Yeah.
even some more pastries.
Yo, pastries are great. Um, okay, so yeah, if you do that, then you get to the run, you're not smashed. And what's your goal? Like, will you just settle into like a 405, 410 4 minute.
Last year I felt so good for so long, right? Like 350, 355. And then my gut really locked up and I was super bad because I couldn't absorb and I was fucked. So I don't think I want to do that 350 approach, but I would like to see just rate dawdling under 4 minutes per K because the first bit's kind of downhill.
Yeah.
You hit it out and back, you're feeling good. So I'd like to see that for sure, you know, around 4 minutes, as long as I can hold it and feel like I'm doing it effortlessly and I'm springy. That's
Yeah.
good. But
So,
oh wait,
what?
so remember I put up that reel of those Asics? Well, I didn't even try those Asics on. I was just like, oh, here they are. And then part of me thought like, I better make sure I got the right size because I'm about to leave. And I bought 11 and a half women's on accident, so it was a 10.
Uh,
So you know those $400 whatever Evo SL
Adidas? Yeah.
Adidas. Now I have to wear those. Oh
Well, that's
man,
what you wanted to do all along, anyways.
yeah, but I didn't want to do it on predominantly a packed hard dirt run. I wanted it on some
Oh, is that what
asphalt.
this is?
Yeah, you're running next to a canal for like over 75% of the race, I suspect,
Wow. Okay.
or maybe the last, yeah, until 25K even.
Hmm. Okay. So, is it fast? Is it fast packed though, or is it loose?
It's pretty packed. I mean, it hasn't rained a lot, so it's probably a little more loose, but it is like a well-used hard cement type dirt for a lot of it. And there's just patches of, loose gravel here and there. But it's still fast. I mean, look at how fast freaking Annie Haug ran last year.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is fast. I think you'll want those shoes. They'll be good. Which
We'll
Asics
see,
were
man.
they?
The whatever, what
The
I
new?
can't even Metaspeed Edge. No, the new one
Oh,
hasn't
Edge.
come out yet.
Okay. So I was just looking at marathon splits. If you run a 4:05 per K, you're at 2 hours 52 minutes and 18 seconds.
405?
Yeah.
Oh man, I fucked that up. I thought that was slower. I thought it was like 3 hours was 4 minutes per K.
No, 4 minutes per K is 2:48.
No wonder
So
I fucked it up last time.
so I think if you just even 4:10 is 2:55. So my
Shit.
thoughts are like if you just run and you're like you think of 4:10 as like your goal pace, then you just be like, how smooth can I run under 4:10? And you just like each K you're under 4:10. That's just time banked. If you're like a 4:05, sweet, I just banked 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then when it starts getting hard in the last 10K and you're running like 4:10, 4:12, you're still holding on to it. But that's how I was trying to think of it with 4 minute pace when I did my fulls last year. And the best one I did was the first one, probably Placid, which was the hardest freaking course. And
Yeah,
I
no
was
doubt.
trying to like hold 4 minute, and I was under four a lot of the time. Then it'd be uphill, and I'd be over. And then the last 5K, I was like 4:30, and that's where I lost all my time. But
It's crazy when like even on all my long runs, I'll do 350 and 4 minute K per training on all like 16, 17 milers. It's crazy how like after 30K, it feels way more awful at 4 minutes per K. Like my hips start going away because it's just like right on the edge there where it's really engaging. It's a whole damn smash fest versus like 3 hour marathon. I feel like it doesn't really cook you as much, so you can just finish with feeling good.
yeah. But anyways, I think yeah, 4:05. You just cruise those, you'll be freaking laughing, bud.
All right, you got it. I'm gonna do it. I might go out at 4:03s. See if
That'd
that
be
give my
fine. Just try
that
not
few
to
extra
go
seconds.
under four too much, because I feel like that's where you start getting into the danger zone.
Damn, I did. No wonder I didn't suck as bad last year because I think I did 16K at 355 or 352 pace.
Yeah, and then what
I
happened?
was, yeah, I got cooked. Actually, my gut just stopped working, man. It was so weird.
Yeah,
Jesus,
I don't know how these
criminy.
guys run freaking 340s.
All
But
right,
what is it?
let's do this. Let's do this segment here. Let's get through this chat. Okay, I made a chat GPT pass or smash, and I
Okay.
got colorful ones for everything. Here, let me cue the music. Cue the music.
Pass or smash,
You got to
pass
sing
or
it.
smash. Tell me now, don't make it last. Pass or smash. This moment's gonna make it pass.
All right.
What's it gonna ask us? This is gonna be crazy.
All right. So here we go. Look, we're going to go by swim, bike, and run. And I'll just hit a couple. And we'll go kind of quick. All right. Swim edition for pass or smash. Doing pull buoy only workouts for recovery.
Pass.
Pass. Finishing your set with a band, paddles, and a buoy all at once.
Your sets or your hard workouts?
Yeah.
That could be okay.
Yeah, I knew you'd be on that one.
I don't know though. I probably would have terrible technique if I did that, and it would
Yeah,
ruin
like
my shoulder. So I'm gonna say pass.
I will say smash as long as you can do it with holding good body position. Because like you can crank out some 50s and hold those feet right up just as high as when you're kicking, and it's a brutal old situation.
Well,
But
with the buoy, that
oh
would help.
yeah. Oh wait, it said buoy as well. Never mind, I thought it was band only. Yeah, I say nah, get rid of here. Get out of here. We'll also pass. Swim cords as foreplay. People with swim cords on deck. Pass or
I
smash?
like that. I'll smash that.
Pass. Just warm up in the water, you freak cake. You're about to do the same motion over and over again for an hour and a half. You don't need to do all kinds of other shit. All right. Bike edition. Waxed chains.
A smash.
Smash. Let's see. Riding on the trainer with sunglasses on.
Oh, pass hard.
Pass. I don't even know why that's a thing.
But maybe
Ooh.
does anybody ride the trainer like sometimes outside on their deck or something?
Oh, I've done that. It's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's okay.
And also, smash. How about people who ride with earbuds in a group ride?
Pass that.
Yeah, pass. All right. 180-kilometer long rides on Zwift.
I'll pass on that. Garrick would smash that
Pass.
for sure.
Yeah, you would. Garrick probably did it 3 or 4 times for this. The guy who bricks from a 112-mile ride straight into a barefoot grass stride.
Have ever seen anybody do that?
I don't know. Pass.
I'll pass
Stupid.
that.
All right. Run edition. Iron Man tattoos. Pass or smash?
I have so many friends who have these.
I know. Me too.
I mean, I wouldn't want one myself, so I have to say pass.
I would say my personal choice with my body and my body only would be to pass. No judgment.
Yeah, me too.
Ru-
Same thing.
Recovery runs faster than your race pace.
Pass.
Pass. People who don't wave on the run path.
Yeah, pass that. That's lame.
Pass.
You gotta wave.
I got a good story about that. Nobody waves at you when you're riding the roads of Roth. Barely one guy did out of all the cyclists. And there was a little small guy. No, he wasn't a small guy. He was a regular sized man. And he got in front of me, probably like by 100 meters, and then saw I was coming. He had his disc and all his stuff kitted out on. And so my momentum was a little bit better, and I just kind of catch him after a minute. And as I'm going by him, I get out of my aero bars, put them on my bars, and I just wave as jolly as I could and as happy as ever to see this guy I've never met, just to be nice. And he just mean mugs me. He never even looks left or anything. And so I did it again. I even got closer. I was like, "You prick!" And so I made him wave, and he was like, ugh. He was kind of pissed that I was trying to be so jolly. So,
I
anyways,
think some people just get upset when you pass them.
I don't know. I was just trying to be nice. All right. Let's see. Athletes who pause their GPS at stoplights.
I mean, smash, I guess. Like you're stopped. Usually, you're gonna want to have auto pause on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Pass because you get your ass needs to have auto pause. Never run into that problem again. All right, one more section. Oh wait.
That was
Ooh.
biking. We got run now, don't we?
Yeah, no, we just did running. Running was the Ironman
Oh,
tattoo. Oh, speed work and compression socks.
speed work. Yeah, I don't know. Like Lisa probably
Pass
needs
on
to
that one.
wear it, but I think if you need to wear compression socks, you're not recovered enough to be doing speed work.
Well, maybe they're just trying to prevent excessive jiggling, so they're trying to limit that type
Yeah,
of trauma.
I,
That's
I
the
don't
only
know.
science-based thing I heard about it.
Maybe smash if you need them. I guess.
We should ask Mark this one. This would be the last one. Nutrition and lifestyle section. Living out of your bike bag for 4 months.
Pass that.
Pass. I think Mark would be smashing it.
Wait,
Uh,
is that the last one?
one more. Planning vacations around 70.3s.
Smash.
Smash. That's all we do.
Yeah, that's our whole lives. Oh,
Oh
then we're
yeah.
gonna stay an extra half a day, and we're gonna maybe sleep in and get a nice coffee. That'll be our vacation.
So also with Mark, right? Mark's doing Placid. Man, how's that? I wonder how that's going.
Looks so good according to his Instagram, so it must be good.
He's that well, my Mark Duper, and I do long rides, and this is the longest run of my life, my longest ride ever. He's just here's what I ate for the longest ride of my life. Mark,
I think he has AI
uh,
doing it all,
I'm
so it's
sure he
telling him
does.
that that's important.
Oh wait, I got some Passer Smash ones that are like really adult like. This
What?
is like the more unhinged lifestyle coach energy. Ooh, flexing blood lactate tests on Tinder? Pass. Let's see. Morning race poop photos in the group chat?
Oh
Pa-
God.
Pass. Signing up for an iron before your first sprint try? Pass. Saying
Pass.
this is my therapy and then ghosting your actual therapist?
Okay, wait. Isn't there another segment? There's pass or smash, and then what's the other one?
Oh, grind my gears, but I don't have anything for that one.
Oh yeah,
I think
we each
that
gotta
one's
have
like,
one.
uh, well, do you have one so that way I can think about
Well,
it?
you probably could say that one where the dude didn't wave at you when he was being all crusty.
All right, here we go.
What grinds my gears? What grinds my gears? What grinds my gears?
Okay. Yeah, so you know when you're riding and someone doesn't wave at you and you make it real obvious, that really freaking brings me off, bud.
Grinds your gears.
Grinds my gears.
Mine is gonna be when the pool schedule doesn't tell you that it's like 3 lanes instead of the whole pool, and then everyone's
Oh,
there, and then they're like, just so everybody knows, in 20 minutes it goes from 6 lanes down to 3 lanes, so that 30 kids can get in here and play. And then the one dude's real mad at the lifeguard, even though it's not their fault. And then you've got about 8 people in your lane that are going anywhere between 2 minute per 100 and 3.5 minute per 100, and then you're going like 125 per 100, and then your life is just annoying as heck. Yeah. So, anyways, pool schedule. Be a little better about saying how much of the pool you actually have access to.
yeah. What is that? What are they trying to do here? Not
I
think
don't
about
know.
anybody but themselves, or those young kids whose futures are more important than our current presence?
Yeah, I guess so. But anyways, so I'm gonna be swimming at the university, I guess, because it's pretty dead in the summer, and Cody goes there, and pretty much mostly reliably will show up 80% of the time. So
What are his excuses?
at
I gotta
some
hear.
point, there's
Hey
no
man, I'm just real
excuse.
stressed out.
No. He doesn't say, "Oh yeah, I'll be there at 11." He's like, "I'll sleep in, and then I'll come whenever I get up." And
If it just happens
sometimes,
to be around then, he's like, ah, fuck it.
well, I
I
had a
know they'll
great
be
swim
there.
yesterday because I got 3K of drills and warm up on my own, and then Cody came at like 11:50, and then we did that hard 200 set. So
That's great.
I'll just get my bonus. And I'm in a technical focus anyway, so I'm going to do my technique. Ooh, look at those pit stains. I'm all sweaty.
Ooh,
Um,
nervous.
and, try to get my technique good and then do the set. It's probably a good idea, to be honest.
No, I wish we could warm up for 3K before we start triathlons, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but you're so rested that you kind of hopefully body is in good spirits and ready to swim well. I don't know if that makes any sense or not.
Supposed to. That's why we're supposed to taper.
Yeah. So how is your taper? Do you feel good? Ready to rip?
Oh, man, I felt pretty bad today. Day after travel, bike legs were just, the power was okay for a little while, and then I just kind of lost some give a shit. My Achilles has been real tight. Body just is feeling better and better. The swim today with Garrick was great. I felt like yesterday's swim, I could barely breathe after airline lung. And then just today was ripper swim. So no problem. We're coming back around tomorrow. I'm planning for a good hammer.
So the race is Sunday?
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
So you train decently hard Thursday, pretty much basic on Friday and Saturday. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll do.
I like that.
Well, that's
luck.
it. Yeah. Thanks.
We'll make sure Garrick knows he's got to get this episode out.
It'll at least be out on YouTube.
Okay, we'll put it out on YouTube.
It'll be out on YouTube.
And coming up in a future episode, I hope that we're gonna get everybody on, and we're gonna show video of me swimming, and we'll actually critique me swimming. This is footage I got from like a week ago. Maybe we'll even have Greg come on and be like, "You're terrible." That would be nice because I need some. And Greg is famous now because he did a camp with Sam Long, and then he went on the Triathlon Hour, and they did a whole episode about it. And now he's like smashing the old.
He's a regular.
Oh, and like I think he's gotten a lot of interest for people who want him to coach them. So
yeah, that was a good move by our compadre Greg, entrepreneur Greg. I like it.
Yeah, I think it was smart, and I think it was smart for Sam. So, anyways, I'm just texting him now because I'm gonna chat with him in a bit. But anyways, that was a good episode. Challenge Roth, watch it Sunday. Will be cool when we wake up here in Eastern and we're like, oh, it's probably already on the run. So, or start of the bike or end of the bike. So
that's kind of nice. You get through some of the bullshit and you're like, oh, not bad. Kind of thought this was going to happen. Looks all right.
Yeah, and I'll be like, oh, look, Nick's having a good day or Nick's having a bad day. Yeah. Who knows? And Garrick and our friends, the people I've lived and trained with over my career, Matt Hansen, Joe Skipper.
Yeah. The buds.
It's always good to see those fellas crushing it. But anyways, well, how do we sign this off again? I always forget.
Peace. Oh. Are you for real? You forgot that?
No, but there's something before that. It goes like, until next time. Peace.
Oh. Something like that. No, we just go into it now. We don't even have any lead-ins. We just say it randomly.